Hi guys, what's up and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing good and staying safe like always. Today I'm back with another episode of modeling tips on my channel. If you have not been following this new series of videos that I have been talking about on my channel, then make sure that you catch up and watch the videos that I have made previously in the same series so that you are up to date, because I might be making references and using certain words and terminology that I have covered in the basics, which are the earlier videos in this exact same series. And the sole reason for making this series on my channel is that if you are an aspiring model or an aspiring pageant enthusiast or contestant, then if you have ever wondered about the question, how do I become a model and what is the right approach to getting in touch with agencies and how do I get paid and how do I figure out my contracts, all of that and how you can get started in this particular field has been spoken about and covered through various videos on my channel. So I hope that you find this content helpful, and if you do, then please don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on your notification bell so that you get notified every time a new episode is posted. And also don't forget to share this content with your friends and family and anyone who you think might benefit from this knowledge. In today's video, I'm going to be talking about 5 ways in which you can reach out to modeling agencies professionally. Because for instance, say that your com card is ready, you've gotten your portfolio shoot done, you have your Polaroids in place. If you watched my previous videos, then you would already know what I'm talking about. Maybe you have your modeling toolkit ready, and now is when you are planning on approaching agencies, stepping out into the real world, and you are feeling hesitant. Do I message them? Do I call them? How do I set up a meeting? Will they even respond to my messages or my mode of communication? All of these questions are going to get answered in today's video. Number 1, scouting hashtags. Now, this might be a very new term for most of you, but if you have been doing your research and you have made a list of modeling agencies already, then you would have been familiarized with the social media pages of those modeling agencies as well. On the other hand, if you would have no idea what agencies to reach out to and which ones to approach, then I've already covered a list of modeling agencies throughout the country in different cities, and I have included that information in one of my previous videos in the same series. So that is why I highly recommend that you watch every single video in this series so that you are in a way learning step by step, because it is like a classroom and it is not the type of information that can all be fit into one single video alone. Now, say you have already finalized which agency you are planning on reaching out to, or the agency that is your dream agency that you want to get scouted at, then a lot of these agencies usually have certain hashtags that are linked in their bio itself, through which whenever they are actually looking for new faces and new talents, they actually go on that hashtag and look at the pictures that are coming up in the Instagram hashtag search. And if you are very photogenic, or if they like your face and if they like that picture that they saw, then you might get scouted and they themselves will reach out to you and actually tell you that they're interested in casting you or scouting you for their agency. This happens a lot, but this means that you have to obviously focus on your social media, what type of pictures you are putting out. So in case, say you have already clicked your Polaroids, a genius idea would be to actually post those Polaroids on your social media itself and also use the hashtags relevant to the agencies that you are interested in. I'm going to leave a couple of screenshots here of agencies that do have that linked in their bio. But again, it is a space with infinite possibilities. So I would highly recommend that you do your own research related to your market and which geographical area you are located in, and do your homework and maintain a very good organized database sheet of sorts so that you can track what all efforts you have made and which ones do you have to follow up on, and how you can just be a little more organized in this otherwise very unorganized space. Now, before I move on and give you plenty of more suggestions as to how you can reach out to modeling agencies and what are the hacks and tricks related to it, I want to take a moment here and thank Keto Beauty for sponsoring this portion of the video. I received these products in the mail about 2 to 3 weeks ago, and ever since I got them, I have been on the go. I have been traveling, and so I quickly popped these into my makeup kit. And I have to tell you, I have used these products throughout the festive season as well as the wedding that I attended of my best friend. And these products were so highly impressive. because especially when it comes to the lipstick, I am absolutely in love with the Kiro Beauty lipstick, which is infused with apricot oil and avocado oil, and it's the same lipstick that I'm wearing on my lips right now as well. I have eaten a number of golgappas, I have had whole meals, and this lipstick is staying put on my lips. At the same time, it gives you a matte velvety finish, but at the same time it does not really dry out my lips, which is so common in these type of lipsticks. So I was very genuinely surprised with the quality and the fact that I have been using it almost on a daily basis since then. So apart from their great quality, I love that Kiro Beauty is a mixture of conscious makeup as well as skincare, which is free from all toxins and has really good ingredients within it so that it's safe for daily use as well. The next product that I absolutely loved is the Kiro Beauty Prism Perfect Highlighter. You can see I have swatched it on my hands and the pigmentation is so stunning. I love the reflection that it gives off. I love that it comes with a mirror, which was super handy during my travels as well. And I have been using it on my brow bone, I have used it on my cheekbones today, and I think it just gives like the right amount of subtle sheen that I was looking for the longest time. And the fact that there's a lighter and darker shade and I can mix it according to my skin tone. If you're a little bit more tan, then you can go for the darker highlighter. So I think that is really impressive. And the highlighter is also infused with rosehip and calendula oil. Kiro Beauty also has some amazing products when it comes to your eye makeup, and they made my eye makeup look so easy on the go. I am especially in love with their Kiro Beauty Longwear Brightening Eyeshadow Stick. I tend to use eyeshadow sticks more than eyeshadow palettes, so this was the perfect add-on. I had been looking for a shimmery eyeshadow stick anyway, and so when I got this, I realized that it is so useful. You can see how I've already used it so much, and I can put it on my eyelid, I can put it in the inner corner of my eye as well, and I love that it rotates out so that you can actually keep the tip really safe. And it has such good pigmentation as well, as I can show you over here. It is just the right amount of highlight that you need for your eyes. This stick is also infused with vitamin C and mango seed oil. So if you want to grab your hands on these amazing products, which are not just great in quality and highly pigmented and have a buttery smooth texture, but the fact that the products are also PETA certified, are toxin free, vegan and paraben free, then I will leave the links to all of these products in the description box below. So you can go check out the links below and grab your hands on these amazing products before they sell out. Number 2, get on their website. A lot of professional modeling agencies will have a proper official website, and this is not just within India but also outside of India. If you want to go and have a look at the type of talent pool, how many models does an agency currently have, what type of work do they even give to their models, and what type of faces are they usually looking for, this is an important research aspect that as a freelance model you should be doing. And so you can always head on to their website, and there's usually a tab or a page or a button where you can actually fill out their contact form, and in fact even sometimes upload your Polaroids right then and there, and they will get back to you if they like your profile. You can also send in follow-up emails on their contact email if it is given on the website, and see if they have gotten a chance to see your profile. Sometimes there are casting freezes, just like there are hiring freezes in corporate companies. So it's possible that they're just not looking for a talent at the moment, but that doesn't mean that you should give up, because whenever a position opens up, then your profile should be in their talent pool or the bank of pictures that they have currently. And if your face stands out to them and they are really interested, then they will definitely reach out on the details that you have shared. The third way to reach out to a modeling agency is that you have to approach them really professionally. Now, this is not a new pathway entirely, but what I mean to say is that whenever you are sending them an email or a message, then you have to approach them professionally, or even if it's just an in-person conversation, no matter what happens. I am emphasizing on this point because when it comes to the field of modeling, a lot of people sometimes forget that this is also a very professional environment, and it should be dealt with the same way that you would deal with a corporate job interview. So if you're sending an email but your email does not have a subject, or maybe you're not capitalizing your own name, or maybe you've not really described what you're looking for, you've not really told them anything about yourself, there is no personality in the way that you're reaching out, then that can also turn out to be not so much in your favor. So remember that you have to approach every single person, whether it's a casting agent, it's a photographer, it's a model coordinator. You have to approach every single person extremely professionally, and that your ethics and your conduct will really take you a long way. Tip number 4, your social media profile matters. Now, like in the beginning of this video, I talked about scouting hashtags that you can use. At the same time, even if you are using that, for instance, you've used it on one picture, but the rest of your social media profile does not really look like you are a model, then that might also be a hindrance in your modeling career. So what this means is that if you are trying to apply for assignments or just paid gigs in general that are more in line with ethnic wear and traditional wear, then make sure that you have some similar work or photos at least in your portfolio or on your social media profile. So this means that you should not be using your social media profile, I would say, in a very casual manner. So maybe you don't need to post pictures of you hanging out with your friends and what you're eating at a restaurant all the time on your feed. Of course, you can maintain a balance of those things, but make sure that you don't overdo it, and make sure that when someone lands on your social media profile, they can instantly tell that yes, she's a model, and they would not question that part itself. Because if that is happening, that's never a good impression to create or start off with, especially when someone is trying to reach out to you or look at your profile for your selection in a particular assignment, or just even scout you from an agency. So to summarize, depending on the type of work and the type of field that you want to get into, you need to create that image and start creating that brand and start living the life that you wish to live. And start posting it on social media a little bit, because that's how the world works right now. And you need to make sure that you fit into that persona, what they're looking for, because sometimes when there's a really big expectation mismatch, then the person might not take that conversation forward because your profile did not give that impression itself, and they thought that, okay, I'm not sure if I'm going to take her that seriously. So you don't want to be in that position. So just like tech people are going to keep their LinkedIn updated, as someone in the content creation or in the modeling field, I would highly suggest you keep your social media profiles up to date. And the last tip, number 5, is start by DMing them on their Instagram or emailing them your comp cards. If you don't know what a comp card is, then you should go back and watch my video where I've explained how you can create your own comp card at home and you don't need to pay anyone for it. And also, what type of information does a comp card really include, because it is in a way a model's business card. And so that is how you're going to be reaching out to modeling agencies. The reason I said you can start off with DMs is, more often than not, I've noticed that sometimes not all agents are checking their emails on a daily basis. But if you feel that an agency is pretty active on their social media, for instance, Aura Talents is definitely one of them that comes to mind right now, then they will definitely be checking their Instagram messages. And if you are messaging them and then your profile is also really impressive and attractive, then they are definitely going to reply back to you and take an interest in you, and you can take the conversation forward from there. On the other hand, if an agency really wants you to definitely email them and they don't entertain messages, then the same would be written in their bio as well, and the emails are all given on their social media profiles. Just click on the contact button. You should be able to get whatever information you need to get in order to reach out to them. And sometimes they have a separate page or a separate email or link where you can upload your profiles to get casted. Then that information is also available there. But overall, it requires you as an aspiring model to basically do a lot of hands-on work and research and create your own Excel sheets and make sure that you have a tracking list of how many people you have reached out to, what has the response been, what has the feedback been, and how can you get better. And yes, these are things that take time, but slow and steady wins the race. I hope you guys found this video helpful and that you enjoyed watching today's video. And also let me know in the comment section below what other questions do you have in mind and what more topics can I cover on this series that I have started, and also any other video suggestions that you may have for me. If you have watched the video until now, that I really appreciate your support. Don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and also hit that subscribe and notification bell down below. As always, I love you guys so much, and I will see you very soon in my next video. Bye bye.